Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a training video of Verdandi. This will be training video 1 since I haven't filmed any other of my training videos with her. Verdandi is a 5-year-old mare. She is of the breed Knabstrupper, and she got started last summer. So last summer and fall I've been training her under saddle. She didn't come that far. I just sat on her in all the transitions and just started working her a little bit in turning and stuff. So basically you will be with me from the beginning. And what I usually do when I train my horses is that the young horses is that I will lunge, and I will lunge in walk, trot, and canter. And that's just a way to get a feel of the horse's temperament today, what I can expect getting on. Verdandi is a pretty hot-headed horse, but today she was very calm, and I think it's because it was pretty warm out and she still has some winter coat left on. So how I will do these training videos is that I will edit it and cut out the parts that just so it doesn't get too boring for you to see me walk around in an arena with a horse. So I'm gonna cut parts off, and in this case this video is actually accidentally, I noticed when I was done, it's filmed in mirror mode, so everything I do you just have to think about it in your head and flip the camera. I've since then swapped the settings so it shouldn't film in mirror mode anymore, I hope. So what I will do is I edit it so you can see the best part, and if there is any, the worst parts, uh, and I will watch it back with you and comment on what I see. So back to Verdandi is that she is groundworked a lot. She does voice cues, so that helps me when I get on her to actually get her to trot. I just need to put a slight leg pressure and say trot. Sometimes I just need to say trot and she trots. She also listens to some cues that I've taught her in how to when I want her to do a halt. So now I'm going to try and switch direction, and we have a little bit of problem on the lunge line getting her to switch direction. On her hot-headed days, I guess, she doesn't even try and communicate to me that she doesn't understand like she does in this video. She just walks straight off, and she couldn't care more for me at all. So now we just have to do the trot and canter in the other direction. And as for the angle of the camera, I will try and figure out how I can figure out where I can put my camera, because this is a small arena. So I need to figure out where I can put it so I can get all the arena on frame. That way we can make sure you don't miss any of the good stuff or the potentially bad stuff. So after that bit, I walked her a little bit in the lunge line just to get her breath back. And now we're going to do the mounting. She is trained to stand still on the mounting block, but I guess during her winter vacation she forgot how. So that's just something I need to have in my head, that she needs to train on. And I take the time to learn them this stuff because that's a good tool for her to have. And not everyone is nimble and can get up on a horse when it's walking off. And it's also a sense of security not to have a horse walk off when you mount it. She's not giving me an easy time today. She knocked me over a few times. So now I have a new idea popped into my head when I'm doing this stuff, and it's when I do it, not now. And I was like, okay, let's just back to the drawing board, get her to park what I want her to park, and then comfort her, get her head down, get her to relax. There you can see a slight head down, so I know she's relaxing. And that's what got me on her. She did walk off a little bit, but I just do a halt so they know the next time I get on, I'm not allowed to walk off, because if you do this 100 or 1,000 times, they know it doesn't matter if I walk off because she will stop me. What I've been working on their saddle is right now is just turning into the middle of the arena, getting her turning, because she put her shoulder out and sort of don't follow the direction I want. So I always do a few laps around the arena before I start and walk, just to get her, all right, you're on my back again, and start to remember everything that I have asked her before, just getting her a chance to process it. Here she does what I've taught her, which is to park by the stool, which when I'm on her is not what I want her to do, but she's a good girl. She does what she's taught, and she's like, oh, I know this, so she does it. That's just the type of horse this horse is that she wants to do the right thing, and she actually gets a little frustrated on herself when I ask her something that she doesn't know. She gets a little bit frustrated and nervous. because in her head she should already know this. So as I said before, I think I said it before, right now in this video I will not canter, because I will focus on getting her balance up, getting her strength up, getting her stamina up. Because if I start cantering her, I can't work her as long because her energy levels will have gone down. And I want to get process going and getting her turning the way I want her to turn and when I want her to turn. Here you can see this is a problem I have with her, is that when I turn into the middle of the arena, she stops. And that is the only thing I've had as an issue with her during her startup in riding. She just stops and don't want to move. That's why I have a small stick on me, just so I can tap her. I don't whip her, I don't hit her with it, I just tap on it because my legs can't reach the back end of the horse. Okay? So I just gently tap it to get her to move forward. And he's just like, I'm gonna park by the mountain block. So for me to actually see the riding I do on her, it will get me also information on. It's a good tool for me as well to see, because my memory of this ride is that the first walk was pretty bad. She was a little bit behind with her back legs. She didn't want to step under her. But as soon as I started trotting, I remember getting the back up and getting her on the bit a little bit more, and started working with me instead of against me. This is actually the first time she trotted across my arena the full way, and because she gets a little bit anxious that on which direction she's supposed to walk to. And that's just telling me that when she stops in the middle in the walk, it's because she doesn't know what I want her to do. Because turning in trot and switching direction, and she get anxious and breaks the trot into a walk because she doesn't know where to go, is a good indication that when she stops in the middle of the arena in a walk, it's because she doesn't know where she's supposed to go. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Oh, like I said before, watching these videos back is a good way to meet, because all I remember of this ride was that every time I turned into the middle of the arena, she stopped. But now I get to visually see that that isn't every time. It's not all of the time. So that, knowing that in the back of my head, going into the next ride with her, I will remember that she doesn't do that every time. And maybe we should do like a count on how many times she stops and see on a ride, and see if it gets better or worse. and now she's gonna plant herself. You can see she's standing wide, and that's just, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And that is also, I think, because when when I'm starting them, I do the walk, trot, canter in each direction, and after that I'm done, and I jump off and walk them to cool them off. So I think she's just confused over that. Oh, you trotted in both direction now, so we're done. So you should get off and walk me by hand. So that's why I did this a little bit more trot, just so she doesn't know when we're done. All in all, I did 15 minutes lunging and 15 minutes riding. So that equals 30 minutes of her exercise, and that's a pretty good amount of time for uh, building muscles, building stamina, and not overdo it. Even though it was a very hot day, she did not get sweaty, just sweaty where the girth is and a little bit under the saddle, which is understandably. So this ride is slowly wrapping up, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please hit the like and subscribe button so more people can enjoy my videos. And in the end here, we will have a fail. I guess it isn't a fail, horses poop, and she's gonna poop. And I was like, already decided that I'm done. She's done. We're done the amount of time riding that I wanted to do. So I turn her. She turns her shoulder out. You can see there. And then she stops. And this is the most important part, is that she doesn't get to decide when to stop. I do. So I just do get her on walking, and then I make a halt. And I pet her and jump off. And I'm gonna seclude this part because I think it's beautiful. I get a great join up in the end.